There we go.
All right, sweet.
Awesome. We
So
all
for
good?
this one, yeah, I
Oh.
think we're good.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh. All right. There we go.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Should we get started?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yep, perfectly.
Okay.
Sweet.
Just because I have the AirPods, so sometimes I don't know if you guys are listening to me.
Oh.
Yeah, we're all good.
Okay. There we go.
So for this one, we're supposed to basically choose like a movie and watch a clip from it, or sounds like a trailer to it or something like that about the reading or similar to the reading.
Yeah, we
Right?
need to pick up the trailer ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so we each do an individual.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I guess we read the article, and then based on the article, we try to find a movie that's similar to, not the article, but whatever the author is saying.
Gotcha.
I'm curious if we've all chosen the same movie though, because that would be trippy.
I picked a lot of movies.
Oh, you picked a lot of them.
Yeah. But I'm guessing the most recent one, which is famous, would be Hidden Figures.
Oh yeah.
That's
perfect.
That's the one you went for, Michaela?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just chose Mulan.
That's a very good one.
Any Disney princess movie? Just kidding. Actually, Mulan's legit though, so that one.
Yeah.
Even like Beauty and the Beast, where Belle, she is expected like to be a housewife and marry Gaston.
Yeah, for sure.
Gaston's supposed to pick her, however.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So should we go like questions?
Yeah, let's do that.
Sorry, I interrupted you. What were you gonna say?
Huh? Oh, nothing.
Okay. So, in what way are women either constructed as the other or not constructed as the other? Who wants to go first? You guys had the same movie, right?
I have a different one too. I have another one, so it's all good.
Okay.
The Whale Rider. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Which one?
The Whale Rider.
Okay.
Okay, that one's in. Oh, first. So this one, it's based in New Zealand, and based like off the culture and stuff. Like the men have always been like the chief or whatever, and in this movie, the granddaughter of the chief, can do everything all the other boys can do, but just because she's a girl, the grandfather is like set on not making her chief, but she eventually like proves herself and she can be chief. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. Mulan kind of has like a similar thing going for it, where I think there's a lot of Disney movies or a lot of movies out there where they have the same storyline, where like in Mulan, only guys are supposed to be in the war in the army, and then she joins to try and save her grandfather or her father, and then ends up proving that she can do everything as well or better than the guys could at the same time. Mm-hmm. So in the same way, kind of proving that that women are able to do like the same stuff that guys can do, just So society kind of views women as the other in both of the movies because they assume that they aren't able to do it, I guess. So to answer the question, society assumes they're the other.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it's like based off of tradition too, and so
Yeah.
just like how it's always been, women can't be that.
Yeah.
But there's like lots of other movies too. You have, for example, just like Hidden Figures, which is a real story, in which you have these remarkable women who were pivotal in getting the men to the moon. But they were kind of left on the wayside because they're women. They're at the time they're like they can do the same calculations or be as productive as man can. And yeah, just like Disney movies, not only Mulan, you have like even Moana, like more recently, right? Which is a little different, in which I guess her father wants her to be in power. But even though he wants her to be in power, he gives her limitations, like you cannot think by yourself, you cannot leave the island. Even to other scenarios where like women are oppressed. I don't know if you guys ever watched The Stoning of Soraya. It's a horrible movie. It's a true story. It happens in Iran, and the only way that we know the story is because there was an Iranian French journalist who had his car broken in the town of Soraya. But in essence, Soraya's husband wanted to marry like a 18, 19-year-old girl to be his second wife, and Soraya didn't want to allow that. So he went and made this whole thing in which he tells the whatever leaders in his town, in his village, that she was cheating on him, and then she's stoned to death. So it's just really, really bad.
Dang, that's crazy. Let's see. How are they outside or inside what is considered normal for a given society? So I guess in my movie, she is considered, she's outside because she's trying to compete to also be chief with the other boys in the village. She's inside because she knows everything that's required, I guess, of her. And then what's considered normal, she does all the stuff like the women in the village does, like she does like the chants or whatever still, and she can do what the boys can do as well, I guess, in my movie.
Yeah, so Mulan, you kind of have a similar thing going where the normal for the given society is for women to be doing a certain thing and for men to be doing a certain thing. It's normal for the women to be at home while the men are going to war to protect the country and that kind of thing. And so she's outside the normal through kind of switching places for a little bit.
Yeah, on my movie is once again you see both sides, right? Where in the beginning or the whole plot of the movie is that they are outsiders, right? They are not supposed to be doing any of the things that they end up doing, which by consequence brings them inside and they're able to accomplish wonderful things that were expected of men.
Let's see, next question. How are they seen as representing that society or not representing it or being foreign to it? I guess so. My movie, she is not representing or being foreign to like her village because she's wanting to be the first like women chief, and she that's just like very foreign because it's not based off of the tradition, I guess. So yeah.
I mean, Mulan, you get the same. I keep saying it's about the same, but she isn't expected to, because women as a general aren't expected to represent their country or their really anything. Their families are supposed to they're kind of in the background, but she ends up being like she saves China. Ends up being a representation of the entire country, and so that's kind of stepping outside of the norm again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and my movie, I guess, is the same thing, right? So you have all these jobs that are expected to be done by men, and then these women, kind of slowly infiltrate and start doing things that are expected of men. Before at that time, like 1950s, 1960s, women were either expected to be housewives, or if they did have a job outside of the house, it was something very simple like being a secretary or an assistant, but never positions of power.
Let's see. How do your examples from your movie clips relate to the reader? One of you guys want to go first?
So in the reading, it kind of does the same thing. It separates women from everything else, kind of puts them in the background and almost degrades them. And in all the movies that we've been talking about, it kind of has the same feel to. So the movies are made almost as exceptions to the rule. Like, here's this one woman that wasn't like the rest or didn't fit this standard that society's put to women, and if that makes sense. And so they make movies talking about these stories.
Yeah, and in my scenario, I think there's like a really good quote from the text, which goes like, the reason for this is that women lack concrete means for organizing themselves into a unit which can stand face to face with the correlative unit. They have no past, no history, no religion of their own, and they have no such solidarity of work and interest as that of the proletariat. And in that case, the proletariat meaning like the men who are in charge or that are in power and make decisions for the women.
So that goes to. Oh, my bad. I was just going to say that goes to what you were saying before about the traditions kind of leading up to the situation that women are in now.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of more things like recently, like the Me Too movement and everything. So that has been great to to give people a voice. There's a lot of things going on, and they're wrong, and it needs to be made known.
Yeah. Yeah, just pretty much to go along with yours, my movie, I guess, relates to it because she's left out a lot. She wasn't even allowed to be in a lot of the things, but eventually he comes to a peace of mind. But yeah. Oh, see you. So next question. Last one. How do your examples? Oh wait, I think we covered all of them. That was it. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So who did the paper last time? I don't remember at all.
I think it's my turn.
Okay, yeah, I did. I can't remember if I did the last one or the one before that. I did.
I think you did 2 ago, Michaela, and then Gabriel, you did the last one. So now it's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Well, thank you.
Cool.
I'll send you the link.
If you can send me the link, awesome. I'll be waiting.
Awesome. Bye, guys.
Take care, guys.
Thanks.